Welcome back to Breakthrough with Calvin Coyles. I've got Carrie who sent through her piece. We'll listen to it, and then I'm going to give you some coaching, Carrie, to be able to help you change your life and make a difference in what's going on. Let's have a look.
Hi, my name is Carrie Newport. I don't know where exactly I'm going wrong. I just know I'm feeling like I don't trust anyone or trust anybody to do anything. I'm doing all the things that I'm supposed to do, but I don't even know. I can't even.
This is an 8-minute video, and already we're 40 seconds in, and I can tell you without knowing anything about Carrie that she feels very deeply. She's highly empathetic, and that she's just exhausted. And the woman I'm watching here on this video is such a beautiful example of somebody that is trying to make sense of a system that is not fit for purpose. That, she has a strategy of connecting with people and an approach probably to life where the rules of the game probably don't feel fair. And she feels as though that no matter what she does, she just can't find a way to make it all make sense. I don't know anything about Carrie. Like, literally, that's the first exposure I've got. But 40 seconds in, I can tell you that she's got a big heart. She's exhausted. And I think she's exhausted not because she's just trying to do all the things, but she's exhausted because of the fact that this strategy that she's got for life doesn't match the way that life happens, right? It's like, I almost feel it's an example of, bad things happening to good people. And my feeling and sense here is that she has a dysregulated nervous system, and she's holding a lot of that energetically, and carrying that weight energetically just exhausts people. It wouldn't surprise me if she is a mom that's looking after kids, or someone that's naturally a carer of some form, just because you just see the consequences of that with people in real time. But I just wanted to give you that insight, because if you're a coach, before the person said anything, you're going to pick up a lot in this process and this journey. Let's take a listen.
I don't know what's going on I don't know what's going on with me. I've always been everything for everyone, but I feel like nobody's there for me. And one of my biggest issues is that I don't trust. I do have trust issues.
It's not that she doesn't trust other people. She doesn't feel safe in trusting herself. You can only trust others to the capacity that you can trust yourself. If you don't feel like it's safe for you to be in your own body, if you don't feel it's safe to be in your own head, if you don't feel it's safe to be around people when you were growing up from a familiar attachment perspective, then you start to doubt everybody else, and naturally you apply a little bit of that blame to yourself. There's so much. This is a minute and 10 in. You're already getting so much from this. If you're a coach and you're someone that's trying to help people, there's so much that's communicated in the pain in somebody's eyes that when you see the patterns, you can realize.
I always have. I don't know where it came in. It was somewhere within my younger adult years that I stopped trusting people. Maybe it was within my teen years, now that I think about it. And I can't figure out what is holding me back from my own wild success, because I'm taking the courses with you. I've done the life coach. I'm doing the NLP. I'm listening to the confidence and the wellness and the breathing. And I think I'm trying to all do too much at once. I honestly don't know anymore.
It's funny, already we're 2.5 minutes in, right? And all the things we're talking about, she's validating, right? So that's nice. But this is not guessing at this point, right? You work with 200,000 people in 170 countries, you realize patterns of behavior. What's fascinating here, though, is that there is a language of, I don't know where it's coming from. And then if you listen, she then explains where it all comes from. It's like, I don't know where this started, but I think it started when I was in high school, right? Or I don't know when I stopped trusting people, but I think it was when I was younger. There's already quite a bit of an awareness, and you really are trying to do all the things, and sometimes it's not about doing all the things. I think there's a metaphor that's coming to my mind. Again, this is early in the video, so I don't really have a lot of context, but one of my favorite metaphors, if you will, is the philosophy around Michelangelo and the statue of David. Michelangelo famously sculpted the statue of David. If you go to Florence, you'll see it. But when he was asked about the masterpiece, he said, I didn't create David. David was already inside the marble. I just removed everything that wasn't David. And I think in this case, it's not about you doing more. It's sometimes about us removing all the things that are there that are no longer part of you or serving you or supportive of you.
I listen to you and I listen to the replays. I don't know where I'm self-sabotaging myself. Like Elle was saying today, maybe I'm just putting more on myself than what I need to. But I feel like if I'm not the one doing it, it will never get done. I know my mom's getting older and I know she's tired, but I'm getting older too and I'm getting tired. And I have so much ambition to do things, but every time I take a step forward, I feel like all of a sudden I'm taking 50,000 steps backwards.
There's a very distinct generalization in language. People do three things when they're processing something in their life. They delete, distort, and generalize. And in this case, that was a dramatic generalization. I take one step forward and I take 50,000 steps backwards, right? That's a lot of fucking steps. Most people say I'll take one step forward and I'll take 2 or 3 steps backwards, but it just goes to show you're a tired, fatigued mind, trying to do everything for everybody, caring for an elderly mom, probably feeling guilt knowing that a mom's not going to be there forever as well, not trusting people, not trusting that anyone's going to get anything done, because if you've been surrounded by low status people your whole life that have never followed through on anything, after a while you just go, if it's worth doing, I've got to do it myself. I totally get it. But it creates a pattern and a dependency where you put a heap of pressure on yourself, which is not positive, right?
How do I transform what I want, what I need? I'm sitting here trying to figure out, when can I go donate plasma again so I can put money in my bank account? Because I've been without a job for the first time in my life for over 3 months now, and I haven't been able to find one. I'm feeling like maybe I'm not good enough. Even though I'm very smart. I'm very knowledgeable. I have skills like crazy. My resumes are being picked. I'm getting interviews, but I'm not getting picked for the position, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And my confidence level is really, really, really low right now. I know I could do the things, I just don't have the confidence to think to myself enough.
I would say that's the reason why you're not getting picked at the moment. And I don't believe in fake it till you make it. I believe in working on it until you own it. But geez, life is unkind to people, hey? You're a good person, you try hard your whole life, you hit a bit of a bad patch, things get out of your control, you lose your job, you're struggling financially, and then you've got to try to present yourself to other people to say, hey, I've got my shit together, when you know that you don't. That's really difficult. I don't think people fully appreciate just how difficult it is to put on that brave face and not feel like a fraud at the same time. I've had many moments where I've tried to put myself out there and I just go, my life is a fucking mess. Why would anyone want to listen to me, or why would someone want to hire me? Confidence, self-esteem, that's sexy. There's an attractive quality to that. Someone that believes in themselves, that carries themselves. You got to do the inner work before you show up.
I used to be so independent, and now I'm still independent, but I'm not. I'm being codependent on my mother, and I don't want to be. I'm even being a little codependent on my own kids, and they're in their 20s.
We're 5 minutes in. Fuck, there's so much in this video. By the way, my heart pours out for you, darling. We're here for you 100%. This is a difficult challenge for a lot of people, right? Life doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you need. So you have a dynamic here of this woman that's taken on board an unfair burden of responsibility for the people in her life. She's also developed this lack of trust because of probably some trauma when she was younger of going, it's not safe to trust myself or other people. She naturally then, as a result of that, has this energy and attitude of hyper independence where it's like, I have to rely only on myself. And then life throws a curveball. And when she's done all of these things for all of these other people, now she needs to receive for herself. And there's people in her life, her mother and her children, that are happy to help her. But for her, accepting of that help is so difficult because you associated other people needing help and support as weakness for such a long time, because you saw other people that should have helped themselves and didn't, and you thought, why do I need to step in and do it? But I'm going to do it because that's the sort of person I am. And so we've got to learn to sort of divorce that narrative in our heads where getting help and support is not weakness. There are people that absolutely weaponize incompetence to get help and support. That's not what you're doing, though. You're just going through a difficult moment and you need a little bit of love and support and help around you. The sooner that you can accept that and just be open to that, the better for you and for everybody else. But there's a bit of healing involved in that process for yourself that's very significant and important as well. Let's keep going. There's a lot. We're getting a lot from this. This is good.
The business that I'm trying to go into, this coaching business of being a life coach for single moms, is something that I am meant to do. It is my calling because I lived the life. I've lived the life over 20 years of being a single mom. And I didn't need anybody until I realized that I was sitting in isolation. It was my own daughter who showed me I was sitting in isolation, and she helped me take a step out so I stopped just surviving as a mom, because I don't know how to trust. I can't even trust myself to trust God.
Can't even trust myself to trust God. Fuck, that's heavy, hey? Overwhelming, the sense that I get here is that there is this juxtaposition between this is the way that life is meant to be and this is my life currently, and they are not the same worlds. And until we reconcile that our life in this moment doesn't match our expectations, reality, and stop blaming ourselves for that and just understand that it's all part of this journey, the sooner we come to acceptance around that, for better or worse, that's very significant. There's a lot in here for you, Carrie. What I'd probably also suggest as well is that at this moment in time, are you going to have the mojo to convince somebody that you can help them and support them in their life? Maybe. And maybe sometimes to help others, you need to get out of your own way. But my suggestion probably is to focus on just getting some income and getting your feet underneath you. And I'm a big believer that you're just 3 days away, right? If you just show up for the next 3 days, things will start to change for you in a big way.
Taking care of everything and everyone. And yesterday, everybody was just like, well, you got to do this, this, and this, and this. And I'm like, well, when do I get time for me? So I haven't been able to show up to most of the recordings or most of the live trainings because I'm being pulled in 5 million different directions and nobody's hearing me, that I need time for me. I've also got an almost 17-year-old that's on the spectrum and ADHD, and she's homeschooled and she's needing me more. Do you have any insight on that? How do I learn to trust? How do I trust myself to trust others? And how do I trust others without feeling like I'm going to be hurt or that I don't matter? Probably a lot more to this. I probably could do a whole session, but I don't know what else to say. I've written it in my books. I've written it in my journals, which I've shared with the world. I've published 7 books, but nobody sees them. My life stories are in there, and I feel like nobody's seeing them. And thanks for letting me just talk.
Wow, there's a lot in that. Evidently, that is a wonderful example, Carrie, of actually probably what you're not looking for or what you don't really need right now is a major breakthrough. What you do need is just to feel seen, to feel heard, to feel appreciated, and just to be reminded that you're a good person and good things are going to happen to you. I think that's the first thing. The second thing is that we've got to have a level of love and acceptance for ourselves. Yes, you made some mistakes in your life. You've also done some outrageous things in your life. And in this moment, it's very easy when you're feeling downtrodden to focus on everything that's wrong, as opposed to thinking about the fact, you know what, you've got some beautiful children. You should be very proud of that as a single mother. You've been a wonderful daughter and you've been supporting your mother. You've written many books. You've made a difference in people's lives. You've always been that person for everybody else. We've got to start filling up your cup so that you start to believe in yourself again. And so I would do some journaling and some writing and just reflect on all the things you've done in your life that you can be proud of. Even in this moment where life is not where you want it to be, we can still acknowledge that, hey, I've done some great stuff and there's some great stuff inside of me. I also want you to reflect back as well in your life. You talked about your trust and your faith in God. I want you to reflect back in times in life that were really difficult, but the difficult time was the seed being planted that led to something amazing. Let's do some reflection to go, when were times in my life where I doubted my path, where I didn't know how I was going to get through it, and yet here I am. And right now, it might not be a great place to be, but there's been ups and downs on that journey. That's the nature of life. I think that perspective is really important. And then I would encourage you to do an exercise, and of course, we could do this in an actual live session, but I would encourage you to just do a very simple visualization exercise. And I want you to think about 3 to 5 moments in your life where you believe you've made the wrong decision. And I want you to imagine that you could almost have a conversation with those 3 to 5 versions of yourself. And you could do this as a journaling exercise or a closed-eye meditation. But I want you to visualize those people in your life, these different aspects of who you are. And I want you to have a dialogue and go, hey, if you had something to express to me in this moment, what would you express? If I have something to express to you, what would I express? Can we have a dialogue like you might with a sister who you've been estranged with for a number of years? Can we accept some responsibility? Can we accept some forgiveness? Can we express a bit of love and tolerance? Can we appreciate that, hey, things weren't perfect and we could have done better, but we did the best that we could with what we've got? If you can find a way to heal and integrate those parts of you, you'll see more of you fully show up in this moment. And to be fair, it sounds like the circumstances of your life right now need the very best of you to show up. One of my favorite quotes is, when the best of me shows up, we win. The best of you needs to show up right now. But right now, the best of you is not showing up because you're still in this fragmented sense of pointing the finger and wanting to blame and justify where you are right now versus accepting it and going, what can I do with what I've got in this moment now? Of course, we're here for you. We love that you're in the community. Keep hanging around the barbershop. You'll get a haircut type of thing. That's going to go a long way for you. But first step for other people supporting and loving you is you've got to support and love you. So let's find the things in your life that you're deeply proud of and tap into that and obsess over those things to be the sort of true north to keep you moving forward. But sending you a heap of love. Thank you so much for messaging in. If you want your own breakthrough, comment the word breakthrough below. We'll send you over the link and I'll take you through a breakthrough live as part of the series.